It is I, the King of the North. Just kidding, guys. Oh, it's Austin here, back with you for another Selfie rant. This is Halloween edition, y'all. I am dressed like, or trying to be like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. It's either the day before or after Halloween. I don't know when I'm going to drop this video, but happy Halloween. Hope you guys had fun celebrating it, if you do celebrate, and we're safe and all that good stuff, or going to be safe. Anyway, I also have a sword too in this costume. It's not pictured. Well, I might post a picture here. I'm going to borrow it from my friend, and it'll complete my costume. But anyway, I wanted to create this selfie rant. It's super, I think it's an amazing concept or idea that this guy who I follow told me about it. Well, I don't actually never met him. He's like an internet guy, but what he does is affiliate marketing. And with all these like internet guru blah 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 guys, you have to be really careful. But this guy I think is like actually legitimate in terms of he like makes actual money doing what he's saying, and he doesn't just make money off selling you how he makes the money. He does do some of that, but he's more legit. I mean, from my own research and what I think. Anyway, his name is Charles No. He's an Asian dude. It's GNO or NGO. And I can link to his stuff in the description. But I've been following him for a minute. Affiliate marketing, if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to get into tons of the concepts. I can leave a link below. But basically what it is you're a door-to-door salesperson for other people's products and services, except you use the internet and you don't use like physical walking around knocking on doors. So you're using like Facebook ads or Google ads or search engine optimization or social media to get people traffic to get to your offer, your website, and then you're basically, and you don't have to have your own website too, but basically you're selling these products and you're getting commission. So he's really good at that. And he had this analogy that I remember reading, and I don't know where, if it was a video or whatever, but he basically said, and I don't know if he came up with it, probably not, somebody else told him, blah, blah, blah. But success is like a rocket ship. Imagine how hard it is to get the rocket ship off the ground. It's like, it's impossible. It's like, if you think about it, it's like, how did we even get to the moon in like the 1960s? Like, it's crazy to think through things like that. But anyway, so if you think in your own life, it is so freaking hard and it takes the most amount of energy. It's like impossible almost, if you think about it, to get that huge rocket ship, like metal, whatever, carbon, I don't even know what they're made of, but titanium, I don't even know. Whatever material they're made of off the ground is insane. It is insane to get that thing off the ground. And so when you're starting out, realize that that's like where you're gonna have to put the most effort, and it's gonna take so much time. You ever watch those rocket launches? It takes so much time to prepare, you know, and even if you think about it, where they're doing all the tests and they're building the rocket ship, even more time. But once it's even there and ready for launch, it takes so much power to shoot off the ground and have the jet fuel, or rocket fuel, I guess, to push it off the ground. And then it gets a little bit easier once it gets off the ground. And, you know, then it still takes a lot of effort once it's still in or like closer to the earth, because the gravitational pull is harder. And then it gets easier and easier as it gets further off the ground. And then eventually it'll hit out of atmosphere, and it's like easy. It's easy for the ship to kind of keep going. And when it's in outer space, actually, it would be more effort for us to push the rocket ship back down through, because it's going in that trajectory, and there's not a lot of friction because the atmosphere out there in outer space obviously allows for the rocket to move without hardly any energy. So in your own life, and the way I see it, and I've experienced it, when you're starting out doing your own thing, if it's a business, you're at the gym, trying to get that weight on, if you're trying to maybe get your finances in order, get debts paid off and whatnot, it's so freaking hard in the beginning. It's almost impossibly hard. But if you have that mindset that this is the hardest part ever, and there's also another thing is, you know, hindsight 2020. Think about like when you first started to like learn English, or like walk, when you first started to walk. You probably can't think and remember that far back, but how crazy that is. But now it comes easy. Like you can always just think and always walk without even, or you can always talk and walk without even hardly thinking. And same thing for kind of success. Once you get it off the ground, and once you look back, it's like, okay, yeah, like that was really hard, but I don't know, it's kind of a crazy thing that I think that analogy has helped me when I'm starting a new project to realize, dude, it's going to be really hard in the beginning. And then after you get those mental like barriers that you're over and you've built that character to push through the hard things, then building another rocket's not going to be that hard to get that thing off the ground. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's not always going to be that hard. Like in the beginning when you're starting something, that's the hardest part. And once it gets off the ground, it keeps going and keeps going. Eventually, it's like literally more, it's less energy to keep that thing going than for it to come back down. Yes, you have to maintain it. Yeah, you can't be complacent. Don't rest on your laurels. But that's just an analogy that gives me hope, and I can speak on it now. You know, since things are a little bit more off the ground than they were for my digital marketing businesses, it's pretty awesome now. And even with Upswing, I'm doing these videos, and it's not a grind or a hustle like it was when I first started. It took me so much time to get how to do the editing, figuring it out. I'm still obviously figuring it out, but the more and more you do things, the rocket ship will get off the ground and you'll be making it happen. So I hope you enjoyed this little analogy, the selfie rant. And again, happy Halloween from the King of the North, Jon Snow. We out you, Upswing Nation. Let's get it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.